Welcome friends to another Entitled Parents video. As always, if you enjoy this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Our first story of the day is by Little Miss Bunny Woman. Entitled parent complains because his kid can't get the summer program he wants. A little backstory, I started fostering this little girl late last year. She's 13 and I'm in the process of adopting the girl. Through lots of trials and tribulations, it looks like it's going to happen. The kid, we'll call her Kay to keep things simple, is smart truthfully, so much smarter than she believes. She doesn't have much confidence in herself that I have here seeing a therapist. I guess years and years in the CAS system will do that. I managed to get her in a summer program for kids interested in all things related to STEM. We've been working on little projects at home, mostly to get her ahead in her school, like making floating concrete fireworks, etc. I took her to an information session yesterday for the program so she can select what she's going to do in the program. Her session is the first 2 weeks in August. So yeah, we're there and going through everything, and luckily she was able to register for the last open spot in a robotics course. And what would you know, a dad and his little crap are behind us. Well, he gets up to the table and is all pissy that there's no more room in the class and right away turns to us to say we should give up the spot for his son, blah blah blah, that his kid wanted to do the class, but I politely declined. I never understand why a simple no sets these people off, but yeah, we're met with wouldn't the girl prefer to be in a cooking or housekeeping class, that she's a girl and girls don't do well in technical fields. I don't lose my cool exactly, I just make the jerk-off motion in the air and say, you snooze, you lose, and walk away. The guy just continued going off that he's got a man's job, he's a machine operator, his kid's a man, that I or my kid wouldn't understand anything, more blah blah stuff. The thing about the summer programs is they're there run by people working in the field who are using their break to do the classes, and current university students, and the man working at the desk interned at the company I worked for last November, right before I left the company. So I knew him, we're friends, and he's the reason I found out about the program. He told the guy, yeah, you know, I interned for her, right like she was running the entire department at the company. She's an engineer. I was already walking away, and yeah, I wish I had a clever line to give him and do the mic drop, but I didn't. It never ceases to amaze me how pig-headed people can be. Do you guys think in situations like this, where there's kind of a belligerent guy around children, that you should kind of set a good example and turn the other cheek? Or do you think that you would just go ahead and give a piece of your mind? Let me know in the comments down below. This next story is by Bad Spy Maine. You're too young to play tennis. I, 12-year-old male, and my family go to a tennis court near us a lot. There's 3 courts with a 1-hour limit if someone's waiting, so we go and play. Now, I'm not exactly a feather, I'm pretty thick. I do feel self-conscious when playing, so there's that. Also, my sister is an ace when it comes to tennis, relevant later in the story. We're playing, and this entitled parent comes with her 2 kids, around maybe 17 to 19 years old. I sense danger and tells us to get off the court. The entitled parent says, please get off the court, we want to play. My mom says, sorry, we got here 10 minutes ago, you'll have to wait a bit. The entitled parent says, but my kids deserve it more. And my mom gets a little angry, but still tries to tell her to leave. Then the entitled parent drops the bomb. Besides, my kid's better than your fat Asian slur over there. And my mom just freaking loses it. See, a Karen is scary, but they have no power when compared to an Asian Karen, and they begin arguing, while me and my sister are quietly hitting shots to each other. The 2 Karens are still at it though, with the entitled parent telling my mom, my daughter's better than yours, to which my mom replies, is she on varsity tennis? And the entitled parent pales. And at that moment, my sister hits a fat serve and lands it perfectly, making the Karen grab her kids and leave. We laugh and finish our session. Well, I guess you could say that serves her right, haha, okay. I mean, I don't think there's anything more satisfying than somebody talking down to you about your abilities and being able to just do the exact right thing to serve it up to them right there in that moment. Picturesque, beautiful serve right as they're saying, oh, my kid's better than yours. This next story is by Landamia W. A whole entitled family demanded me to switch my hotel suite with them because they deserved it. It's an old story, but I'm in the mood to share. My cousin got engaged and was going to marry his fiancée at this nice hotel, and he was paying for everything. On their wedding day, cousin had provided us with rooms for free at that hotel that were included with the hotel's wedding package. When we saw the rooms, we decided that we should try to upgrade at our own expense so we can have a nice extra room to chill with our family members. All of our side of the family successfully upgraded our rooms, but the parents of the cousin didn't want to. I don't know why. my aunt got me and my sister a really nice big suite, and we're planning to do our makeup there with our makeup artists. Bride-to-be and her fam saw our rooms and told my cousin that all of us needed to switch rooms with the bride's family, and we're like, why? There's rooms available still, they should upgrade if they want to. Cousin didn't say anything more, and then the mother of the bride plus the aunt came up to 16-year-old me telling me to get the freak out of the room because they're going to stay there because they deserved that room since they're the bride's family. I told my aunt about it and she told me to stay there, so I did. Needless to say, I enjoyed my nice hotel room and some snarky remarks from the aunt plus the mother of the bride happily during the reception. They asked if I selfishly enjoyed that big room to myself, and I told them I enjoyed it very much, especially the jacuzzi with the TV in the bathroom. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to take the stuff that I paid for. Them ruffling their feathers up at the thought of you enjoying your time in that big lavish room would honestly just make my time in there even better in my brain. Our next story is by Dylan Jing, entitled Mother Freaks Out Because My Computer Can't Play Roblox. Info and backstory: I'm 14 and have lots of things I enjoy doing, amongst them all is computers. Building them, benchmarking, selling, gaming, all of it I love. Recently though, we kind of lost our foothold in life, which caused us to not have the financial prowess we did before. It was never a lot, but enough. This caused me to sell my computer, and ever since I've been using a gateway laptop that's very old. Pentium T4-200 paired with Vista, so it doesn't run many games. A list of games it can run are as follows: Counter-Strike Source, Counter-Strike Condition Zero, and Half-Life, all at an average of 25 to 49 FPS. Story: my aunt, the same one who devalued my Eagle Penny, comes over with her daughter and her daughter's friend. In this story, only one is really important right now. Let's call the entitled friend Nate, as he's the important one in this story. Nate comes knocking on my door and then opens it. I'm playing Counter-Strike Source with a few friends who have the game. Nate says, "I was told I could play Minecraft on your computer." I say, sure, in like 10 minutes. To the kid's credit, he was very patient and usually quite nice. He came from an unstable home, so I don't entirely blame him. 10 minutes pass, and I can see he's a bit impatient. I had some schoolwork I could do on my phone, so I set him up on Minecraft. The only problem is, my computer's way too low spec to run Minecraft. The only Minecraft I got to run at a playable frame rate, 40 FPS, was beta 1.7 at tiny render distance. I got him on the game and then left thinking nothing of it. Less than 15 minutes later, I heard a loud banging noise. The kid had changed the version to pre-release 1.17 and blue screened the whole machine. The banging was him lifting the computer and bashing it on the desk. I go into the room and see the issue with the blue screen. At the time, I thought the banging may have been from outside. The rest of the kids were in our above-ground pool, and this conversation ensued. Nate said, "I tried to update Minecraft and your computer kicked me out." I say, "You're not supposed to do that. I explained to you my computer's very old and we don't have much money for a new one." This kid always had the best of the best, so he had a nice gaming rig. Nate says, "Well, I'm bored anyway. I'm going outside." I say, "All right." I restart my computer and go back to playing Source with my friends for around an hour before my little cousin, curse her, comes into my room. Let's call her Entitled Cousin as she becomes important now. Entitled Cousin says, "Hey OP, can I play Roblox on your computer?" She asks nicely for once. I say, "Oh, hey, sorry, but my computer can't run Roblox." This is half true. It can run very basic games, examples being Natural Disaster Survival, but can't run games more advanced. Arsenal, Royal High, Adopt Me. If you try to run games more advanced, you'll hit the 2 GB of RAM usage, and that blue screens the computer. She only plays Adopt Me and Royal High. Entitled Cousin says, "You're lying, I've seen you play Roblox on it before." I wasn't playing Roblox at the time, I was playing Doom. I say, "Well, I never did play Roblox on this." She says, "I'm telling Mum." She starts to storm off, and I quickly realize I'm in deep stuff. I quickly tell my friends what's happening before chaos strikes. Entitled Mother walks into my room and says, "Why can't she play Roblox?" I say, "My computer physically cannot run Roblox." Entitled Mother says, "Do you not know about computers?" I say, "I do know about computers. Also, can't she just play Roblox on your iPhone?" She has an iPhone X, which is more than capable. The Entitled Mother says, "Because my phone can't run Roblox. Your computer obviously can. Look, it's 100 times the size." she says, putting her phone next to the laptop, mocking me like a child. At this point, I know she can't be reasoned with, and I just cave and get her on Roblox and lay in my bed. Entitled Cousin at first is happily playing Roblox obby games before she joins Royal High. This whole time I'm on my phone next to her, oblivious. I was actually surprised it was playing at above 15 FPS when I looked at what she was doing. I eventually left my room after 30 minutes because I needed to do the dishes. Apparently Nate had been inside and was in the bathroom when I walked by, slipping into my room when I left. I'm unaware how long he was in there, but maybe 20 minutes before I hear a crash. I go into the room and find that they had thrown the laptop to the floor. I lose my temper and say to get the freak out. I look at my laptop now on the floor and see the display still works, but to my horror, she had opened up 23 Chrome tabs, had Royal High still running, and like 12 YouTube videos all at 720p, taking up well over 2 GB of RAM. I don't know how it didn't blue screen, but it obviously wasn't working because it couldn't click on anything. This laptop is junk, yes, but I paid $30 for it. I scrounged my money, and to watch them violate my things like this made me upset. I couldn't even turn it off, it was running so slow. It had to have taken 3 GB at least for its slowness. Entitled Mother walks into the room and starts to get mad at me. She yells, "Why did you kick them off the computer?" Taking the laptop in her arms, she tries to click stuff but it doesn't work. "Why isn't the computer working?" I say, "Because your daughter and her friend broke it." She says they wouldn't do such a thing. They said you threw it to the ground because you wanted to play on it. I believe them. I wouldn't count on what a spastic says. That spastic comment actually hurt. I have a low IQ of 67 and autism. At this point, I really just cried in response. She says, "Learn some freaking manners. We're guests, you slur for Italians. We're priority." She throws the laptop on the floor with force before walking out. My mom heard this. She's barred from our house now. The laptop still works, but she threw it so hard it broke the battery and only works plugged into a wall. It runs at 1/3 the speed it used to and only plays Source at 15 FPS instead of going to 30 to 45. The fans don't work and it blue screens every few hours, but I'm hoping to save for a new PC very soon, but it's unlikely. As far as entitled kids go, I'm definitely concerned that this is kind of the future. With the era we're in where everything is iPads and iPhones and instant gratification, everything can run everything super well, exposing kids to a Pentium computer of any kind, you might as well be practically giving them a dial-up connection. They'd be like, "What is this? You can't even play blah 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 on this?" Well, I can still play some games I enjoy, like Source. And our final story of the day is by Stinky Rat Boy. Entitled kid lies to entitled mother to play Roblox when I need to finish finals. This was a couple years ago. I went to therapy once a week, and after I went to the library down the street while I wait for my mom, and usually do some homework. That day she said she was running late. I just left therapy and went down the street to do homework. They have a computer there for people to do work. All you need is a library card to sign on. I went over and there was a kid just signing on. The computers have a 15-minute limit per person as to not have any issues with sharing. So I get a book while I wait for him to finish. 10 minutes go by, and I go over to see if he's almost done. To my surprise, he was playing Roblox. I went back where I was sitting and hoped he would be done soon. I went back to him at the computer now showing the screen that says your time is up. Instead of getting up and leaving, he ignores the limit and keeps playing. I then went up to him. I said, "Hey, I've been waiting to use the computer for work. My finals are coming up and I really need to finish." He ignored me. I went to one of the librarians and told them the situation. All they said was wait another 10 minutes. I waited another 10 minutes and went back to the computer. He was still playing games. I then stood next to the computer, hoping he would take a hint and leave. Then when I was about to talk to him again, enter the entitled mother. I say, "Hey, can I please..." The entitled mother says, "What are you doing?" I say, "Is he your son?" She says, "Yes, and why does it matter to you?" I say, "He's gone past the computer's time limit to play video games, and I need to finish my finals. I was going to ask if I could use the computer." She says, "Is this true, entitled kid?" Entitled kid said, "Yeah, I just got here. I've been playing for 5 minutes, I swear." The entitled mother says, "I told you, now leave me and my child alone." I say, "That's not true. If you go up to the other tab, you can see the message that says your time is up." I then pointed to the tab. The entitled mother snatches the mouse from entitled kid and clicks on it to see the bright blue screen with the message. She says, "That's fake. That was made by you so you could get my baby in trouble, you jerk." Honestly, just surprised. I grabbed my things and left. You have to believe that these people are literally just making stuff up to BS you and gaslight you. Like, there is no way that this entitled mother legitimately thought that OP somehow standing there off to the side made a blue screen tab in the browser that says your time is up. Sometimes the mental gymnastics just impresses you. But with that being said, that's a wrap on another bunch of stories here today. As always, if you guys have any favorite videos of this bunch, let me know which one in the comments down below and why. And if you enjoyed the stories in general, if you could subscribe to this channel, it'd mean a lot to me. I make these videos daily, and it's by far and away the best way to support my channel. So no matter what you did, whether it was subscribing or liking, leaving a comment, I just appreciate the heck out of you guys. And as always, I'll be back tomorrow with even more stories right here on the Storytime channel.